Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Big day today because we have the quarterfinals of the NGDL4 Draft League tournament. As I mentioned last time, my team, the Philadelphia Pidgeys, did qualify for the playoff / top cut of the tournament with an 8-4 record during the regular season of the tournament, actually winning our division. However, 2 of those 4 losses were actually against our opponent today, Jon2, aka OneCrash94, who does have his own YouTube channel, which I will link in the video description so you guys can check that out afterwards if you want. So prior to this match, we were actually able to draft a couple of new Pokemon to our teams. As you can see, I did make one addition here with the addition of Como-O. I also added Galvantula, which I decided not to bring this week. Looking at my opponent's team, he actually added both the Scissor and a Zeraora, which he opted not to bring as well, which did kind of surprise me a little bit. Looking at his squad, I was kind of surprised to see the Decidueye. But this guy seems to have had my number throughout this tournament, so it is definitely going to be a rough one for me. So we're going to get into it. So looking at his team, I wasn't sure what he was going to want to lead with. He has a lot of solid choices there, but he actually ends up leading with the Manaphy, as I decided to lead with my Incineroar. So I am going to get the Intimidate to lower his attack right away. Not really going to matter since I am predicting a special set here. So I am going to go for the Fake Out right away to get some chip damage on this thing in the mandatory flinch, which I do get. And then this turn I am going to go for the Switch. I don't want to take a water move from this thing, so I am going to come in with the Goodra, predicting that, as he does go for the Surf. So I am very bulky with an Assault Vest here, so that isn't going to do barely anything to me, as you can see. So that is going to force him to switch this turn. Probably not much he can do to me. So he is going to come in with the Sylveon here, as I am going to go for the Sludge Bomb, predicting the switch. He actually is carrying the Kiba Berry, which is going to weaken the damage from the attack. So not really that big of a deal, since it wouldn't have done too much. It looks like either way, but I am going to go for the switch this turn directly into my Aggron, not wanting to take a fairy move from this thing. But he actually surprises me here and goes for the Yawn, which was not good. That is going to cause me to fall asleep next turn if I don't switch out. So of course I am going to switch out here. I can't afford to go to sleep with my Aggron or anything for that matter. So I'm going to switch in with the Jellicent. He actually goes for a Magic Coat, which was another surprise. So I am going to go for a Scald this turn to get some chip damage on this thing, hoping for a burn. I don't get it, as he is going to go for the Wish, which is going to give him some health restoration next turn. So this turn he is going to go for the Magic Coat again. That will reflect status moves or hazards back on me if I choose to go for them. I did go for the Scald, actually predicting he would do that. So I actually take him down a little below half and do get the burn, which was nice, as he is going to get the Wish to put himself back up to almost full and then take some damage from the burn. So I'm going to go for the Hex. I do carry that to try and take advantage of the Scald burns, and I also carry Toxic as well on this set. It is going to take him down to a little above half as he goes for the Yawn again, and then he will take some damage from the burn. So once again, I do have to switch here. I can't afford to let one of my Pokemon go to sleep to let him potentially set up with one of his. So I'm going to come back in with the Aggron, as he is going to go for the Wish once again, and then take some more damage from the burn. So he is going to go for the switch this turn. This time he is going to come in with the Latios. And I am going to go for the Mega Evolution here into Mega Aggron. And I do just go for the Iron Head here, hoping he would stay in with the Sylveon and maybe over-predict. So that is going to take this thing down by about a third, but then he is going to get the Wish to put him right back up to full health. So this turn he is going to go for his Mega Evolution as well into Mega Latios. And he is going to go for the Calm Mind, which is, of course, going to give him a special attack and special defense increase. So trying to set up on me once again, much like our last game, actually, as I am just going to stay in here and go for the Ice Punch, trying to get as much damage as possible, not wanting to let him get a setup. It takes him down by a little less than half, which does kind of suck, showing he is at probably max defense. So he is going to go for a Surf this turn, which is going to knock me a little below half, which also sucks. Means I can't take 2, most likely, but I do hit him with another Ice Punch to knock him into the red. So this turn he is going to go for a Recover, which is going to go ahead and put him back up to about 3/4 health, as I am going to go for another Ice Punch, just not wanting him to get any further setup here. That is going to knock him back down to about 1/4 health. So this turn I am going to go for the switch into my Jellicent once again, actually predicting another Recover, which he does go for. So that is going to go ahead and put him up to almost full health there. But this turn he is going to go for another Calm Mind to go ahead and get his second special attack and special defense increase, which is of course not good for me, but I am carrying Toxic, as I mentioned before, so I am just going to go for that. Thankfully I don't miss. That is going to badly poison him and put this thing on a clock, which is exactly what I needed to try and prevent him from setting up further. So he is going to take some damage from the poison there, and he is going to go for a Psyshock here, which is at +2, mind you, but luckily I am able to hang on with 6 HP in the red, which was awesome. That lets me hit him with a Hex in return, which will take him down to about 1/4 health, and he is going to survive the poison damage there in the red, which does suck, but this turn he is going to go for a Recover once again, and that is going to put him back up to about 2/3 health. I am just going to keep going for the Hex, knowing that the poison damage is mounting. He does survive that one in the red, but this turn the poison damage is going to be enough to finish this thing off, thankfully, and to drop him down to 5 Pokemon, so we won't have a repeat of last game we had, which was great. So then he is going to come in with the Manaphy once again, and he is going to go for the Tail Glow here, which will give him that drastic special attack increase. So once again, trying to set up to potentially sweep me. I am going to hit him with a Giga Drain in return, which will knock him a little below half and give me a little bit of HP back there, which was good. But this turn he is just going to go for a Dazzling Gleam, and that will definitely be enough to finish off my Jellicent, dropping me down to 5 Pokemon as well. So then I am going to come in with my Goodra once again. I am max HP with an Assault Vest, so I'm confident I can take at least 1 attack from this thing. He goes for the Dazzling Gleam. I do take that pretty well, surviving with about a little under half health. Go for the Thunderbolt, but unfortunately he is actually carrying the Walkenberry, which is going to allow him to survive that hit in the red, which does really suck for me. That is going to allow him to go for another Dazzling Gleam, which will this time with a high roll take out my Goodra and drop me down to 4 Pokemon, so not good at all for me there. But luckily I do have the Incineroar, which I am going to come in with. I do get the Intimidate to lower his attack, not going to matter. But that is going to force him to switch, since he knows I do carry the Fake Out. So he is going to switch in with the Snorlax here, as I do go for the Fake Out just to play it safe in case he stayed in. Not going to do much of anything to this thing. But this turn I am going to go for a Knockoff, which will take him down to about half and get rid of the Figgy Berry, which was huge, since he does go for the Curse to get that speed drop and attack and defense increase, revealing that he is the Curselax set once again, so he won't be able to recycle the berry now that it is knocked off, which is great for me. So I am going to go for the U-turn this time around to get a little more chip damage on this thing, and the mandatory switch, which I am going to come back in with my Aggron off of, as he does go for the Earthquake. So thanks to being max physical defense and having the filter ability, I do survive that with 33 health in the red. That is great. That is going to allow me to go for the Stealth Rock this turn to get that entry hazard set up on his side of the field, as he is just going to go for another Earthquake in return. And this one will definitely be enough to finish off my Aggron here and drop me down to 3 Pokemon. So I am a little behind here at this point, but I feel like I should be able to get something going with the ones I have left. So I am going to come in with my Xerneas, and the Fairy Aura is going to come into play here, as I am definitely going to outspeed this thing. I'm just going to go for a Moonblast, and that will be more than enough to finish off the Snorlax and drop him down to 4 Pokemon, turning the Shy Guy into a dead man walking. So then he is going to come in with the Scissor and take some damage from the rocks. So I am going to switch out here. I don't want to take a Steel move from this thing just yet. So I'm going to switch in with my Incineroar and get the Intimidate to lower his attack, as he actually just goes for the Swords Dance to go ahead and get that sharp attack increase, once again trying to set up on me here. So I am going to go for the Fake Out this turn again, just to get some chip damage and the mandatory flinch, which I do get, of course. So next turn he is going to outspeed me. He is going to go for the U-turn, which will actually take me down by a little less than half, even at +1, and he is going to get the mandatory switch there back into his Sylveon, I'm guessing as fodder, since he is going to take some damage from the rocks, and I am just going to go for the Flare Blitz here. And that will definitely be enough to take out the Sylveon. His Cute Charm actually does activate, not that it matters since he is going to be going down there. That will drop him down to 3 Pokemon, as I do take some recoil damage as well. So then he is going to come back in with the Manaphy. I'm guessing he was thinking he could survive the switch in on the Stealth Rock damage, but he actually doesn't. That is going to take him right out and put him down to 2 Pokemon. So then he is going to come in with Decidueye. And he is going to go for the Tailwind, which is going to increase the speed of all of his Pokemon for several turns, so that is definitely not good. But I am going to hit him with a U-turn in return, which will take him down to about 2/3 health. And then I am going to get that mandatory switch back into my Xerneas. And of course my Fairy Aura will be coming back into play. And then he is going to regain some health with the Leftovers. So he is going to outspeed me thanks to the Tailwind. He actually goes for a Curse, which was another surprise here. That is going to reduce his HP all the way down into the red, but of course put the Curse on me, which will inflict some damage to me at the end of each turn. But I am just going to hit him with a Moonblast in return, which will finish the Decidueye, dropping him to just 1 Pokemon, as I am going to take some damage from the Curse. So finally he will come back in with the Scissor, and he is going to take some damage from the rocks. And he is going to outspeed me again thanks to the Tailwind. He does go for the Swords Dance, once again trying to set up on me, probably thinking I don't have a good move to hit him with, but I actually am carrying the Z-move on the Xerneas, the Fighting Z-move more specifically, which is of course going to be the all-out pummeling. So this is coming off of Focus Blast. I am max special attack here, but it is going to be enough to take out the Scissor, thankfully, and that is game. So I won that one 3-0 against Jon2, but that was a great match. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So, I am really excited about this win. This means that the Philadelphia Pidgeys are in the semifinals of the NGDL4. This is huge. I am really happy about this. So I can't wait to see who I'm going to face next week. But depending on who it is, my time could be up, I don't know, but for now I am just going to enjoy the victory. It has been a great ride. It feels great to get the monkey off my back, so to speak, get over the hump, and get the win against someone who's had my number this season. So we'll see what happens next week, and we'll see you next time.